Hello, mummies. How you doing? Now, have you ever noticed white flakes on your child's scalp, like even after a fresh wash? Or maybe their scalp is always dry, it's itchy, it's uncomfortable. If so, you're not alone. Dry scalping kids is super common, but with the right routine, completely fixable. In today's video, I'll be breaking down the causes of dry and flaky scalp in children, the difference between dry scalp and dandruff, some moisture boosting tips to keep your child's scalp healthy, and most importantly, how to prevent product buildup while keeping the scalp hydrated. Now, by the end of this video, you'll have a solid plan to keep your little one's scalp healthy, comfortable, and flake-free. But before we dive in, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Mommy Mo, and on this channel, I teach moms everything that they need to know about caring for their child's natural hair with ease and with confidence. And if this sounds like something you need, please go ahead, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't ever miss a video. All right, let's start with the basics. What is actually causing your child's dry and flaky scalp? Now, I know a lot of parents think that dryness means the scalp just needs more oil. Let's apply more oil, but it's not that simple, and neither is more oil the solution. Now, here are some of the most common reasons your child's scalp might be dry. Number one, dehydration. The scalp, just like the rest of your child's body, it needs adequate hydration. When there's an imbalance in electrolytes and water in your child's body, it can affect the scalp and the hair. Now, this dehydration can then lead to scalp issues like scalp dryness and flakiness. Number two, lack of topical moisture. The scalp, just like the hair, needs water-based hydration to be applied to it. If it's constantly dry, it means somehow it's not getting enough moisture. 3. Overwashing. Washing your child's hair too frequently can strip away natural oils, making the scalp dry and flaky. Now, for most kids, washing once every 1 to 2 weeks is usually enough. Number 4, harsh shampoos. Many shampoos contain sulfates and other harsh detergents that can dry out the scalp. What you should be looking for is sulfate-free moisturizing shampoos instead. Number 5, cold weather and dry air. Now, during winter or in dry climates, the air lacks humidity, which pulls moisture from the scalp. Using a humidifier indoors can help you to maintain moisture levels. 6, product buildup. Heavy oils and butters and styling products can clog the scalp, blocking moisture from getting in and leading to dryness. If you see white buildup or flakes that don't fall off easily, it may be product buildup, not actually dryness, okay? Now, finally, some skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis can cause a dry and flaky scalp. If so, or if the dryness persists after proper hydration or other measures, it could be that your child may have a skin condition, and that would require special care, and you would then need to see the doctor or the dermatologist to get it sorted. Let's move on. So, mommies, dry scalp versus dandruff. What is actually different? Now, I know that a lot of parents mistake dry scalp for dandruff. I just hear, Mommy, my child has dandruff. But they're actually different. Here's how to tell them apart. If it's dry scalp, it would usually present as small white flakes, that fall off easily, all right? It could be itchy, but it's usually not inflamed, and it's caused by a lack of scalp moisture. As for dandruff, now this is a fungal related condition, and it usually presents as larger, yellowish, sometimes even grayish, pasty or greasy flakes that stick to the scalp, like you can scoop it if you scratch it off. Now, it comes with persistent itching and redness, and is caused by an overgrowth of yeast on the scalp. Now, you may be wondering, but this yeast that contributes to the development of dandruff is called Malassezia, and it is usually a naturally occurring yeast that lives on the scalps of most people. However, in some individuals, it can grow out of control and contribute to the development of dandruff. Malassezia feeds on the oils produced by the hair follicles, breaking them down into compounds that can irritate the scalp and lead to the symptoms that you see, things like flakes, the itching, the redness, and the greasiness. Mommies, this is why it is generally not a great idea to oil your child's scalp, okay? If your child has dandruff, normal oils and moisturizers, they will not fix it. You may need to invest in an antifungal shampoo or an anti-dandruff shampoo to treat the scalp properly. All right? Understood? Let's go on. Mummies, now that we know the potential causes of a dry scalp, let's get into how to fix dry scalp and keep it moisturized without buildup. Do I need to tell you that your child needs to drink water? Okay, number one, pre-shampoo scalp treatment. Now, if you already include a pre-poo in your child's wash day routine, then awesome. Just make sure that you take some of the oil that you are using as a pre-poo treatment and direct it to the scalp. Now, if you haven't been doing a pre-poo, then you need to start. Okay, so before washing your child's hair, apply a light oil like jojoba oil to the scalp for about 30 minutes before you shampoo. Now you can also use coconut oil. I love coconut oil for people if your child is not allergic to nuts. Massage the oil onto the scalp, gently onto the hair, loosen the flakes and improve circulation. Now you can also use a scalp massager if you have one for this step. Number two, please stick to using gentle moisturizing shampoos. Okay, look for like sulfate free, kid friendly shampoos which add moisture instead of stripping it away. And to help to clear your child's scalp, please wash every 7 to 10 days. This frequency will bring the scalp into contact with moisture often enough. Number three, hydrate the scalp from time to time, please. To do this, first you need to have a good moisturizing frequency in place using either the LOC or the LCO method, your choice. You need to ensure that your L is a hydrating hair mist which contains a humectant. Now, there are great options that you can find at the supermarket, beauty supply store, or wherever you shop for hair products. All right. First, you will spray the hair mist all over your child's hair, and then you will massage it onto the scalp and the hair strands. You would then follow up with other products like your leave-in and your sealant, and please try your best to keep them off the scalp. Remember, we're trying to get the scalp to clear up, so you don't want to keep like adding stuff on it. Understood? Capiche? Number four, avoid product buildup by not using heavy oils, greases, or butters directly on your child's scalp. Now, by applying this to the scalp, what you're actually doing is that you're blocking moisture from reaching your child's scalp. Okay. Now, if you notice some whitish waxy buildup around the roots of your child's hair, please use a clarifying shampoo about once a month to remove it. Really, really important. All right. Number five, do a scalp oil treatment while deep conditioning. I personally find that this works really, really well if you can do it consistently. Now, what you need to do is after you've shampooed your child's hair, just before you apply the deep conditioner, this is the deep conditioning step. Apply a light oil like jojoba oil or a scalp oil to your child's scalp only. This means that you pat the hair and then you apply the oil all over. You then massage in the oil and then you will apply your deep conditioner to your child's hair strands alone. Don't apply deep conditioner to your child's scalp, please. Try your best to apply the conditioner about an inch or half an inch away from the scalp. Okay. Next, you can cover up with a disposable shower cap or a plastic bag and allow it to sit for the length of time that you would ideally want to deep condition your child's hair. Okay. Now, if your child is old enough to use a steaming cap, this is great. If not, it's still fine. And number six, finally, please protect the scalp from dry air as much as you can. During winter or dry seasons, you can use a humidifier indoors to raise the humidity in your home and to help your child's hair and scalp to maintain moisture. Your child can also wear a bonnet, yes, a bonnet while indoors to like improve the moisture in the scalp environment. All right. As we wrap up, you may be wondering, what should you do if the dry scalp persists after doing all these things? Well, if your child's scalp is still dry despite following all the steps that I've mentioned, here's what you can do. First, you can check for eczema or psoriasis. That if the scalp is red, it's inflamed, or extremely itchy, please consult a dermatologist. Secondly, you can try scalp exfoliation. Using a gentle scalp scrub once a month can help to remove dead skin buildup, or you can also try using clay masks. They're actually quite effective. Finally, stay consistent. Scalp health improves over time with a good routine, so don't expect instant results overnight. And there you have it, everything that you need to know about preventing and treating dry scalp in kids. Now it's your turn. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with dry scalp for your child? What worked for you? What did you struggle with? Just let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to read from you. And before I say bye-bye, like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more expert kids haircare tips, and turn on notifications so you never ever miss a new upload. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you, and bye-bye.